Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Brodd Talk. My name is Nwere Alexander, aka Symply Brodd. On today's episode, we'll be dissecting two wins. When was the last time we had two wins in one weekend? I'm so excited, and I know you are. Yeah. We'll dissect two wins. That's Chelsea versus Bournemouth, or Bournemouth versus Chelsea, and also Chelsea FCW versus Everton. So I'm excited. I really am excited. Let's dive right in. What am I saying? I think it's just the excitement. I'm so excited. We are staying up. We are staying up. I know that, yes, some people were already permutating, if these people win, I'll lose this number of matches, blah, 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 will be sucked into the relegation battle. I was part of the people that were permutating that too. Not that we wanted our team to be relegated, but we're just we knew that the option was open as far as it was still mathematically possible, then it could happen. And it can no longer happen because we are mathematically safe from relegation. So, yeah. If they had told me that after 34 matches, this is what we'll be celebrating, I wouldn't have agreed. I thought by now we'll be celebrating, we won the league, we are champions, but no, it's not happening like that. Then, yeah, let me share some of the stats from the game. Because the match was a very close one. Chelsea 3, Bournemouth 1. Starting first, 9th minute, Conor Gallagher with the goal. I was very happy because Gallagher has been one of the players that have received the stick most. I'm not his biggest fan, but I knew a lot of people that wanted him back, a lot of people that were like, Gallagher should come back, that's from Crystal Palace, he shouldn't be sent on another loan, or even so, they should come back, they've seen how good he is, Thomas Tuchel, pressure to play him and everything. And then after a few matches, I then started seeing the hit. And I was surprised. A lot of you asked for this young man. A lot of you wanted this young man to come back and play in the first team. So why the hate? But I was very happy when he scored the goal. I was very happy. 9th minute. I can't remember the last time he scored early, before the 10th minute. So, and he crossed from the right-hand side and he headed it in. His positioning for this goal, top notch. 21st minute, Matthias Wiener equalized. I won't say anything. Let's move on. And then we had this period in the game where we were like, this same thing. We just can't score another goal. We can't score. And Bournemouth were actually giving us a run for our money. The bright spark in the whole game, a lot have been said already, and I still don't know how to describe the brilliance of that young man. The only thing, you just need to be a bit less selfish, because I was still during the game as always. By the way, if you are not following me, follow me at Symply Brodd on all social media platforms. So I was sitting during the game and I was like, he should be, if only Madueke can be just a bit less selfish. Yeah. And somebody agreed. I think a lot of people agreed that he just has to be a bit less selfish and his end product will increase, because assists too are also end product. If he just put in the final pass, in that final jig, if he cut it out and he give that pass, I think he would be having higher assist rate. Currently, he has 0 for Chelsea. So, yeah. And then 82nd minute, Romeo Lavia scored his first Chelsea goal. Last week, we had Madueke scoring his first Chelsea goal, his first Premier League goal. And on Saturday, Bruno scored his first Chelsea goal too. I was happy. I was so happy for him. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm one of his biggest fans. I root for this man. Even when he wasn't starting, I was asking, why are you not starting him? He has done nothing. I think that's me and a lot of Chelsea fans, like millions of Chelsea fans around the world. Because everybody was complaining and didn't see anybody that would justify it or could justify why Bruno wasn't starting. The Big Ben himself. 86 minutes from the bench, Félix came on, scored. And yeah, good game generally. So some stats. Bournemouth had 10 shots. We had 11. 4 shots on target for them, 5 for us. Possession, we had 66%, 34 to them. And they had 305 passes. We had 600 passes. 75% pass accuracy for them, 88% for us. 9 fouls, 11 to us, 1 yellow card to them, 3 to us. No red card in the match. 1 offside. We had none, which is very good because if we can cut out the offside from our game there, imagine if Bruno was, because the goal, every goal is checked. So what the goal had, some people thought it was offside, but it wasn't really checked. It was the usual check, they check everything. So now cutting out that offside, because it was not offside, we have 1 more goal. Because imagine if he was offside, that would have been that goal cut off. But I'm just happy that, yeah. So, and they had 7 corners, we had 7 too. Chilwell on some of those corners were not, I think some of his corners have been just poor. Yeah, I think they've been poor. And just talking about Chilwell, he went off injured. I just hope it isn't as bad as it looked, because yeah, I just hope it isn't as bad as it looked. So we are all happy. Like, who isn't happy? I know that I am happy, because you say, how has Mighty fallen? Bournemouth, going to Bournemouth to play, like going to the South Coast to play Bournemouth, has always been a problem for Chelsea. Even when we were maybe form and everything, go there most likely lose or draw. So yes, then going there and then getting our first win in 10 matches, that was a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing. So our next match is Nottingham Forest, at home on the 13th of May. So I just hope we can capitalize on that, on this victory, like just put in another victory and let's see how it goes. Then we face on Man City and Man U, then Newcastle. Yeah. We all know that most of us, we don't have any quote unquote hope. We are not hoping for anything, any miracle from the Man City, Man U and Newcastle game. Man City and Man U will, then Newcastle at home. We are not really hoping for something. We just want to get a win against Nottingham Forest and see how the next 3 matches go. This season for us is done, almost done. Since we are still playing, we'll continue supporting the team. But yeah, that's just what it is for this season. And then now in the second win of the weekend, and this is a big one. In fact, I'm a bit ashamed to say I didn't know that the match was yesterday. I just woke up this morning and I was okay. I was on Instagram and I saw 7-0 and I was like, what? We had a match yesterday, and I had to just run over to YouTube to watch the highlights. I was like, I missed the crack of the match. 7-0. Imagine we're decimated. Really decimated. And I think not really surprised, because if you know Chelsea, since I've been watching Chelsea women, I think they've never disappointed me. They've had bad games sometimes, but when who's gone to shove, they will turn up. And with the form of Manchester United, I doubt we have any opportunity to sleep. We have to push them to it. We have 2 games in hand, and if we win at 3 games in hand, we will definitely go top. So the match started with a goal from waiting 12 minutes. I have 3 players that are like my G's. Starting Sam Kerr, waiting, and Lauren James. I really have soft spot for these 3 ladies. And seeing both of them score, we're waiting in 12 minutes and Sam Kerr in the 25th minute. Yeah, I was really happy. But then that was it for Sam Kerr. She got injured and was substituted off. Maybe I would say I was just a bit glad that I saw her sitting in the stand. Usually, if a player goes down the tunnel, it's maybe a bit worse than you think. But since she didn't actually have to go down, she sat in the stand. It shows that okay, maybe it's not as bad. I just wish it's not as bad because we need her. But that's the positive news is that Hada is back from a hamstring injury and she scored a brace that that 3rd minute. That was almost immediately she came on. Like her first thought was a goal, and in the 81st minute. So yeah, her brace. Sophie Ingold scored in the 44th minute, Fleming in the 45th plus 2 minutes, and Erin Corbett in the 90th plus 2 minutes. So yes, that was a good one. I know Everton, we don't know what hit them. They may be solid, that's Everton in the second half, because we scored only twice after scoring 5 in the first half. But yeah, maybe we took our feet on the pedal. I'm happy with the way Lauren came on and played. I think she deserved a goal or an assist at best because she created some chances and she should have won a penalty or she should have been given a penalty. But as you know, the refereeing has not been great. I think in the women's game it's improving. I don't like complaining about the refereeing in the women's game because it looks as if the men's game is not even perfect. So not that it cannot be perfect in the women's game if it's not perfect. And just say that when you say, oh, the women's game, they are still trying to get there, the refereeing is still poor, don't get there. If that's what you're saying, oh, it's because they are the women. So if you understand what I'm saying, the refereeing across England is poor. Across English football is poor, the refereeing. So I'm not going to put it on the referee for this match. I think, yeah, across the whole country. Stats on the game, we had 17 shots. Everton had 8. We had 11 shots on target. They had 3. We had 55% possession. They had 5% possession. Our passes, we attempted 552 passes. Their passes, they had 456 passes. 85% pass accuracy rather was 84% for them. 2 fouls, 8 for them. Yellow card, none. No red card. Wow. Not a clean match. 4 offside for us against us, 1 against them. We had 4 corners, they had 2. So on the table, with this 18 matches, Manchester United 20. Manchester United have 16 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. We have 15 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. Yes, so 46 points. 4 points behind Manchester United with 2 games in hand. 6 points plus what we have will be 2 points above Manchester United. We just need to win 2 outstanding matches. Do I think we can do it? Yes, we are Chelsea. Yeah, I think if there's anything that can testify about how good we are when it comes to the late run, the final matches, I think Manchester United are the best thing because they've not forgotten what happened last season. They've not at all. So yeah, so I'm very hopeful for the Chelsea, for the men team. Look at it, you're like, okay, maybe the season is over, but for the men team, there's a lot of hope. A lot of hope. So because we can still win the league and also the FA Cup too. Can win the double this season. Imagine winning the WSL and the FA Cup at the expense of Manchester United. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I will be there no matter what. So yeah, that's it about on the match review. So let's take a moment to congratulate Andrey Santos on his recent marriage. We wish him and his spouse a lifetime of happiness and joy together. I saw the pictures yesterday on Instagram, but it was in Portuguese rather, and I didn't know. I did not want to like was doing like just presume. Yes, so I said okay, maybe it looks like a wedding ceremony, but no, let me not presume. Let me just allow the news to break out. And this morning I saw it that yes, he has married. He's married, so we wish him all the best. Wish him all the best. And let's move on to some transfer news. We have updates on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and potential new addition to the squad. We also discussed goalkeeper moves. The Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is negotiating his exit from the club. He posted something on via TikTok. The striker has played a minor role, as you all know, and could be on the move this summer. Aubameyang admitted he would like to return to Barcelona on TikTok, but the final decision remains to be same because a lot of things are involved here. Well, Barcelona wants they want Aubameyang, but they will only sign the if it's free. And if the wages will be deal, and they need to wait for on the FFP to see if they are on the right side of the FFP rule. So Aubameyang wants to leave. I think Chelsea want to let him go, and Barcelona want him, but there are still some around. I don't think Chelsea will let him leave for free, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it didn't come in expensive, so maybe that will work in his favor to secure the transfer. Too, and I heard that Pochettino will want Chelsea to sell Ruben Loftus-Cheek before he joins the club. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I am not his biggest fan, but also I'm not his biggest. I don't even hate him at all. I don't hate any of our players, but you get that. Like I'm not his biggest fan. So if the manager wants him to leave, it's better if we get something for him. And yeah, if we get something from him, then maybe we will just invest it in other players, like maybe 30 million, 35 million. I don't think anybody's paying that, but yeah, around that, if you can get 30 million for him, let's sell him instead of him just sitting on the bench when the manager comes in. And I also heard that AC Milan wants to sign him, so that will work perfectly if we can look for if the deal can like be cross if the deal will cross over the line. Also, Chelsea FC is reportedly interested in midfielders Romeo Lavia, Thuram and Andrey Rabiot. The club is also considering a second look for Félix from Atletico Madrid. So Romeo Lavia has been around, like we've been hearing, Chelsea won't sign in for quite a while now. So this news is not surprising, but the Andrey Rabiot, yes, anytime I hear of Andrey Rabiot, I'm looking at. I don't know why I think it's going to be a long move. Like it just weeks of Sound Negress and Zakaria. I don't know, it just Dennis not his sport, even Sal, they both didn't get enough playing time, so I won't blame them. They are, especially for Sal, he came to the club and he left. We still love him, the fans still love him. Because he didn't leave in a bad way, he didn't leave and start about mouthing the club. Not like some former players that left and then about mouthing the club, posting pictures of maybe not their teammates because the player just came in after them, but you get the point. Even after knowing that player won the World Cup with his team, while you missed the penalty that cost their team. So yeah. So in addition, Chelsea is leading the race to sign Inter Milan goalkeeper Andrey Onana for around 40 million. And Bayern Munich is set to be keeping tabs on Chelsea goalkeeper Edouard Mendy as a potential replacement for Vettel and Manuel Neuer. Yeah, I'm going to take I'm going to take this Bayern Mendy to Bayern news with a pinch of salt, because we know who their manager is or head coach, Thomas Tuchel. So, and he was a former Chelsea manager, so former Chelsea head coach. This type of news always come out about former players, so I'm going to take him with a pinch of salt. But this Onana news has been around. Even before we signed Edouard Mendy, there had been rumors that we are looking at Onana, so he has been appreciated at Chelsea for a very long time. Let's see how that goes. Yes, we've come to the end of today's episode. Longer than a bit longer than usual, but I think that's because of the match reviews. So don't forget to do what you're supposed to do. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, on Google Podcasts, on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Symply Brodd. Subscribe to Spotify. Yes. So everywhere you get your podcast, subscribe, leave a rating. Don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms at Symply Brodd on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram, everywhere at Symply Brodd. Like my Facebook page, Symply Brodd. Yeah. And Brodd Talk, rather. The Facebook page is Brodd Talk. So, and until next week, Monday, keep the flu. What? Okay. Let's do this again. And until next week, Monday, keep the blue flag flying high.